Greetings, everyone. Tonight, I'm going to my Uncle Pat and Aunt Marie's wedding anniversary. I'm going to interview my Uncle Dave. Excuse me, I'm Daniel Solano. I'm making a video for Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat's party.
Okay.
You must be Uncle Dave.
I am Dave. Yes, I am.
How do you know Pat and Marie?
I have known Pat since we were in grade school at St. Catherine's and then St. Thomas. We were just talking about this. And then through high school at Central Catholic and on to St. Joe's. And I've known Marie since St. Joe's days.
Great.
Where Pat met her, actually.
Great. Would you like to say something to them for their anniversary?
I would. I'd like to say happy anniversary, and I'm so glad you've made it this long. You have a wonderful, wonderful life, a wonderful family, and I wish you all the best for the next 40 years. How about that?
Thanks, and have a nice evening, Uncle Dave.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Dan.
Excuse me, I'm Daniel Solano. I'm making a video for my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat's party. Okay, excuse me, I'm Daniel Solano. I'm making a video for my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat's party. What are your names?
I'm Pooja.
Hello, Pooja. I'm Pac. And who's this?
This is Maya.
And this
Hello,
is
Maya.
Maya.
How do you know Pat and Marie?
They are my parents
And my in-laws.
and her grandparents.
And Maya's grandparents. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh,
would
thank
you
you.
like to say something to them for their anniversary?
Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. We love you. We hope it's a great, great, great night. And I hope this video is a treasure that you get for the rest of your life.
Cheers.
Thanks. Thanks, guys, and have a nice evening.
Thank you
you.
so much.
I'm excited to see this.
Thanks for doing it.
Uncle Pat, how do you know Pat and Marie?
I met Pat and Marie when there was no electricity in 1975 at St. Joe's. That's how I know them.
And would you like to say something to them for their anniversary?
Yes, please. I'd like to tell, God bless both of you. You're wonderful people with a strong family. And Pat, the over and under didn't have you making 40. So you beat the odds, brother, despite your bad foot.
Thanks, Uncle Pat, and have a nice evening.
Thanks, Dan.
What are your names, ladies?
Okay, I'm Trish,
Hello, Trish.
I'm Ann.
Hello, Ann.
and I've known Marie since I was 17 years old. We lived together after college, and we were in each other's weddings, and we're godparents to Megan, and we love them to death. They're the greatest couple in the world.
And would you like to say something to them for their 40th anniversary?
For their anniversary, for their 40th. We are here to celebrate it, and I've known them since Daniel and my David were 10 years old. So I've known them 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. And I think Marie and Pat are the same as they did. Pat's just the hair color.
And Pat still has the same personality. Take that for what it's worth.
Anyway, thanks, ladies, and have a nice evening.
Have a good evening.
Hi, Deb.
Yeah, they're all lovely.
We love you.
How do you know Pat and Marie?
Say happy anniversary.
That's good. You want to? How about he's making a video for the?
Hi, Marie and Pat. Happy 40th anniversary.
How do you know
Glad that
Pat
you're all
and Marie?
here celebrating the same. And fun.
Would you like to say something to them for their anniversary? Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Deb, and have a nice evening. Hello, Patty. How do you know my Uncle Pat and Aunt Marie?
Thanks for having us. Cheers to 40 years.
How do you know? He asked how do you know Pat and Marie.
Oh, I live up the street,
Well, that's
Of course.
and I met them through the Robinsons.
Wow. Would you like to say something to them for their anniversary?
I'm sorry?
Would you like to say something to them for their anniversary?
I was going to say 40 years and 40 more. Congratulations.
Thanks, Patty. Have a nice evening.
You too.
Say happy anniversary. It's so wonderful to be near you both at the beach and at home. We love being your neighbors, and God bless and happy anniversary.
Thanks. Thanks, Chris. And thanks, Sherry.
You're welcome, Danielle.
Nicely done, Dan.
What are your names, guys?
My name is Jamie.
Hello, Jamin. What's Bush? Bush. Thanks, guys. So, how do you know Pat and Marie, guys?
We know Pat and Marie because I was best friends with their dad.
Yeah.
And that's how I met.
And would you guys like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
Would you like to say something for the 40th wedding anniversary?
I think it's really cool that they've been married longer than I've been alive.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice evening.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, great. Nice.
Hello, Bruce.
Hi, how are you, Daniel?
Great. How do you know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
So I got to know them because our second daughter, Kelly, went to school with Pack at Episcopal. So that's where we first made the connection. At around the same time, my son Matt became really good friends with Dan. So we ended up becoming good friends with Marie and Pat.
Would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
Yes, well, you know, we couldn't be happier for the two of them. They've raised 3 wonderful children, and we're so excited that they're having this party to celebrate, because it's always good to celebrate events, and this is certainly an event worth celebrating. So congratulations.
Thanks, Bruce, and have a nice evening.
Okay, thanks, Daniel.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
What are your names?
I'm Maggie Mihal.
Hello, Maggie.
I'm Bob Gower.
Hi, Pat. Bob.
And Maury Gower. I'm Pat's cousin.
I'm Marie. How do you guys know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
Well, Pat is my first cousin. Our mothers were sisters.
And you, Bob?
Well, I go with Maury, so wherever she goes is where I go.
I am Bob and Maury's daughter, so that's how I know Pat.
Well, would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary, guys?
We want to say happy anniversary and may they have 40 more.
Great.
Happy anniversary and many more to come.
Thank guys. Have a nice evening.
Okay, thank you.
Good job, Daniel.
Daniel and Sienna, how do you guys both know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
Well, Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat are my future in-laws.
I've known Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat about the same time. My mom a little bit earlier than my dad. It's been about 29, almost 30 years. And I know them because they gave birth to me.
Would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary, guys?
I'd love to. You could start.
If Daniel and I are half as happy as Pat and Marie are, we'll be so lucky. And also, I'm just so excited to have them as my future mom and dad.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Daniel. Bye.
Thanks. Okay.
Thank you.
What are your names, guys? So I can hear you.
You want our names? Yeah. So we're Matt, Amy, and Julia Emmerling.
Matt, Amy, and Julia.
Yes.
And how do you guys know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
So Pat and my mom's cousin.
Right. And would you like to say something to them for their anniversary, 40th wedding anniversary, guys?
Would you like to say something to them? Oh, yes. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice evening. Hello, Megan.
Hi, Dan.
How do you know Uncle Pat and Aunt Marie?
They're my mom and dad.
And would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
I would say, thank goodness you got married, or else I wouldn't be here.
Thanks. Thanks, Megan. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
How do you know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
I'm a neighbor. I live on one street over. So I have known them since they've been here in Avalon and gotten together with them a few times. They're great people.
Would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
Absolutely. Congratulations, Marie and Patrick. I'm glad you survived that fall last week, Pat. Look what you would have missed. Congratulations on number 40. I'll see you in about another 40 years for number 80.
Thanks, Tom. Have a nice evening.
See ya.
40th, and can't wait
Jack,
to celebrate with you.
how do you know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
I know them. I know Pat for a long time. My wife's known them even longer. My wife used to live right behind them.
Would you like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
Yeah, we love you to pieces, and we can't wait to celebrate with you.
Thanks, Jack, and have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Hello, Greg. Hi, Michelle. How do you guys know my Uncle Pat and Aunt Marie?
Uncle Pat and Aunt Marie are some of our oldest and dearest friends. Uncle Pat and I met while we were in college, and we met standing around a keg of beer, and we've been close friends ever since.
You, Michelle?
I met through Greg and became very dear friends with Pat and Marie, and we were readers in their wedding. Readers! Yeah.
Readers. Would you guys like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary?
We would. Pat and Marie, we love you dearly. We're so happy that you're celebrating this milestone. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Sue and Ann, how do you ladies know my Aunt Marie and Uncle Pat?
I met Aunt Marie. I knew her from college, and I knew her long before that through my cousin. And our children ended up being friends, and our parents were friends, and we've been friends forever.
And I only met her around 2002 when our sons became best friends living in Avalon, playing on the basketball team in Stone Harbor basketball league. And then Kelly and Pat became good friends too. So lots of Robinson and
Would you ladies like to say something to them for their 40th wedding anniversary so that I can hear you?
Would you like to say something about their 40th wedding?
Oh yes! Happy anniversary! Here's for 40 great years and 40 more years.
happy anniversary and God bless you, Marie.
Thanks, ladies. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Do you have a drink?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming to celebrate the anniversary of my parents. We're just going to do a couple of toasts. So, Uncle Mike, do you want to get started with that?
Sure. Are Pat and Marie here? Where are they? Let's get them. Okay. You're running for mayor. Are you running for mayor? I am. Okay. Where's Pat and Marie? You get closer to the left. Okay. Pat's here. Where's Marie? Okay, waiting for Marie. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike. And yeah, Bree. And I was the best man, and the honor to be the best man at Pat and Marie's wedding. and that was June 1st, 1984, 40 years ago. So, you know, I actually saved my toast. This is a copy of the original. I saved my toast from that evening, which I'm gonna use with a little bit of editing, minor editing, but we'll get to it. So, but first I wanted to set the stage of the wedding week. And the week before June 1st was really a tough week weather-wise. Lots of thunderstorms. We saw rainy forecast on Friday. But thankfully, on Friday afternoon, it was a beautiful day. The sun came out. It was just a gorgeous evening. Marie was just a gorgeous bride. She was beautiful. Pat was, he was clean. And he was happy. Let me tell you, I never saw a more happier guy on earth. The ceremony was at. Honored to be the best man at Pat and Marie's wedding, and that was June 1st, 1984, 40 years ago. So, you know, I actually saved my toast. This is a copy of the original. I saved my toast from that evening, which I'm gonna use with a little bit of editing, minor editing, but we'll get to it. So, but first I wanted to set the stage of the wedding week. And the week before June 1st was really a tough week weather-wise. Lots of thunderstorms. We saw rainy forecast on Friday. But thankfully, on Friday afternoon, it was a beautiful day. The sun came out. It was just a gorgeous evening. Marie was just a gorgeous bride. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
Pat was, he was clean. And he was happy. Let me tell you, I never saw a more happier guy on earth. The ceremony was at Our Lady of Good Counsel. I'm gonna have but as Bree calls it, Our Lady of the Acme in Bryn Mawr. And Father McLean from St. Joe's president did the ceremony, did a really great job. And Anophelia sung like no one could ever sing. She was just fabulous. And as Bree has always said, Anophelia had a great set of pipes. And as Pat has said, he just loves that pipes ran in the family. The ceremony was at Appleford in Villanova, a really nice, spectacular setting. And I think it really set up for just a wonderful life that Pat and Marie have had together and will continue to have together. So I'm going to flip to my little toast that I gave. It's short. It's short. So tonight we're proud to salute two great people, Pat and Marie. I'm fortunate to know each other as close friends. As individuals, Pat and Marie have touched all of us in special ways. But what makes them so special are the qualities they exude and continue to develop as a couple. Over the years that I've known Pat and Marie, their ever-building closeness, I was 25 years old, and love has made them a sheer pleasure to be with. And that has continued over the last 40 years as they've developed, as their family has grown with Packy and Megan and Daniel and
The rest of them.
and Pooja, I'm sorry, and Dev and Maya and Sienna. I'm sorry. I love you both, but we also know that everyone likes Marie a little bit better. And we really wish you and your wonderful family happiness the rest of the years. Now, I have one final toast, and I want to raise a toast to the four people that had the most to do to put these two great people together. Marie and Pat's parents, Anthony and Eugenia, and Joe and Anthony, Eugenia, Tarico, and Joe and Mary McCormick. They're very proud parents tonight. So salute to everyone.
It was even easier because I've had both in my parents and her parents 2 examples of what a loving, long-term, best friend relationship can look like. And that's the relationship that my parents have, I guess now for 40 years, put on display. And we could not be luckier to call you Mom and Dad. And we love you.
Megan. Megan.
So much pressure.
Yeah. Megan. Okay, here we go.
Are you nervous? So I have, like Daniel said, the privilege of calling these two my parents, and I think we have a very unique upbringing. When I think some of my friends are like, wow, Megan, like, you talk about work all the time. You're obsessed with your work. All you do is talk about work. And it was because the dinner table conversations from this one was talking about systems change, and from this one is, have you read the new Excel Bible? we still get the paperback copies. If anyone needs any of them from the last 10 years, we have extras. But I think what you might expect them as people, when that's, the jokes that we make about them, is that they'd be big nerds with no friends. And I can say, being in, the prime of my social life, could not have assembled such a group to come celebrate anything for me.
Aww.
So I think it's such a testament to them as people that they're such serious people trying to do big things out in the world, and yet always make time for their friends and always make time for each other. And their social calendar makes me want to crawl into bed and never get out. They're the most social people that I know. And that means they're perfect for each other, because my mom's friends are my dad's friends because they love each other so much. My dad's friends are my mom's friends because they love each other so much. So it's really special to see that last for 40 years. So please raise a glass to Pat and Marie for another 40 years.
Maya, are you clapping?
Maya's like,
All right.
I have the greatest vlogs ever. She said.
3 town speeches to follow. We did not coordinate. I was going to talk about this group here also. I'm going to take a little bit of a different angle on that one. My mom and dad have been married for 40 years, which now that I've been married for 7, both feels like an insanely long time and an insanely short time. I can only imagine what it feels like standing there, and it's this blink of an eye. Meg talked about how many people are here. I think what's amazing is looking at this group There are some friends like Uncle Mike who gave the best man speech at your wedding. There's brand new friends. There's our friends. There's new family. There's people that you met once at the yacht club. And I think that's a testament to how you lived and evolved. And to me, I think in the beginning of a marriage, seeing the evolution of this thing over time and how there were hard times and easy times. And when I was growing up, my dad traveled for work all of the time, and
that's why we're still married.
And that's why we're still married. But to then come back and be in the same house all of the time and survive that, I mean, like just seeing you go through stages. You, Mom, got your PhD, and like went through all of this stuff. When one was working really hard, the other picked up the slack. You both worked really hard and somehow made it happen. And then as you've gone through all the different stages, your marriage has evolved and grown, and now you're together all of the time, and somehow you haven't killed yourself. I think there was maybe like a little touch and go period. And then you evolve, and now I think you're in the best spot that you've maybe ever been in. And so, I don't know, as someone who's starting out in this whole journey, seeing you two has been such an unbelievable example of what life can be. As Meg said, Meg has a lot more energy than I do. Seeing your social calendar like really makes me throw up. But you found each other, you found someone that you are excited to continue to go out with and continue to spend time with, and that is an absolute goal of mine. Your marriage is a goal of mine, and we all could not be, and particularly all of us, me, Dan, Meg, and our significant others and kids, could not be more proud or happier that you built this life for us and this life together. So congrats to 40 years. Thank you.
Ice cream sandwiches!